Hi guys, just putting another video up. Basically getting to my orc airfield, and I figured blood axe and such. Quick way to make some buildings for them to stay in. And then if you look back, I'm not quite sure why I'm saying that, sorry. If you have a look on the internet and such at bunkers and buildings, airfield wise and such, then normally you'll find the stereotypical round sort of shape ones, and they have the corrugation on the side. So ideal is of course a tin. Now what we're going to finish up with is something like this. I know it's not painted yet, past being undercoated. I do apologise if you can't see it very well. I will put some pictures up at the end. Well, there'll be a picture of this before it's painted on the beginning of the video. Anyway, sorry, I'm prattling on, it is late. Right, basically, so what we'll need is a tin, some random bits of wood. I've got a chip shop fork that I haven't used, and a lollipop stick. Just some normal cardboard, corrugated stuff will do fine. Some grubby old pizza box, corrugated, as I'd shown you in a previous video, the corrugated cardboard one, how to peel it off and such. And that will be cutting into strips like this. This first one that I cut worked okay for my first model, however then it was too short, so I've cut them slightly longer. And last off, I've just got some pieces of wood here because I was cutting up some joints for my son's bed. I'll show you another time. This is one reason that I haven't put many videos up, sorry. And I've got these left over. So, first off, get your tins, yeah, and cut them in half. Easiest way I found was a Dremel. Next, get your hot glue and attach said tin. I won't attach mine now because I hadn't plugged the glue gun in, I do apologise. But attach it on the bottom, just glue it on. Preferably as flat as you can. You'll notice when you're putting it down, just cheat and use something. This one obviously isn't perfect. This one obviously isn't glued. Right, so from that, we're then going to use these strips of corrugation to cover up the fact that it's supported on the piece of wood, and to manage to bring this all the way down to the ground level. So all we do is put it around, bend it round again, and then if you look on the back, there is actually a space. So what I've done is I've grabbed a lollipop stick or such like. Well, I actually use this to be honest. Cut off the edge, cut a line across it to make sure it was flat. This you can do with scissors, by the way, as well. Let me just quickly show you now, shall I? Like I said, I do apologise I can't glue, but I haven't plugged my glue gun in. I've just put all of these together so that I can do you a nice tutorial, nice and quickly, without you getting bored. So anyway, that onto there. One piece of wood, I haven't trimmed it down all the way, onto there. Let's just do it now because it's going to annoy me. One piece of wood, fits on there perfectly. Doesn't matter about the edges and such because it will be covered up when the corrugation goes over it. Simple fact is, if you've cut your corrugation like I did, where I cut one and then I got cocky and cut the rest, and you get it wrong, then it serves you right. Easiest way is to glue all of these up and then check the corrugation against it. If it's a little bit longer, it doesn't matter, just trim off one raised section. If it's too short, that's when you get the problems, and a few of mine they were. Anyway, so we now go on to this sort, where we've got the corrugation stuck around it, stick on the back to support it, the block inside. From that, we then cut out a piece of standard cardboard, glue it onto the front. And then, to make a door, there's different ways, of course. You can vary this at any stage. I know Train Tutor was on about doing fabrics and such with wet wipes, and to be honest, it's something I keep meaning to watch and haven't, because I figure it would do quite well to make doors with a piece of cloth hanging down them. But basically, what I've been doing is cutting off a piece of the corrugation, so I can put it on, cutting up a piece of wood so it was thinner. These pieces were actually off of the chip shop forks again, because I just want to use them up. Let's face it, with the shape they are, there's not many uses for them, so cut some straight edges on them, cut it down. That. Oh, sorry. One on the top to make a whole doorway, and then if you look on the edges, of course, it will have these uncovered, so just one stick each side, done. Hi guys, and welcome back. Let me just adjust everything again. Right, so we left it with the model being spray painted black. We've now gone for a base coat on all the metal of a nice dark red. You know the sort of red that metal looks when it starts to rust and all that. Obviously, I've gone for what was scab red. You can see the colour, and I will point out, of course, all mine are Citadel colours, and mine are the old Citadel colours. But if you look compared to blood red, of course, it's a lot bright, not quite as bright. Anyway, like I said, we've base coated all of the metal as it would be in this red colour, and the wood we've done in a foundation colour of brown, which was Calvin brown. I don't know what they are now. Basically, a nice dark rusty red and a brown. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go for a rust effect for the metal. So, all I'm going to do is just give it a gentle dry brush of the same brown that I used to do the wood. Now, this is a point as well of if you have painted everything and caught the edges of the wood, it's not too much of a problem, as once we've done this bit we can go back over and touch up the wood sections. Now, you don't want this coat too heavy, and you will see why in a bit. Basically, it's a three-step stage to give it a nice old rusted look. Try not to get it in too large blobs anywhere, but at the same time try to make sure you don't have large blobs of the red left underneath. Now, just go back over the front. If it's too thick, I'd recommend starting with the wood, because that'll cover up any parts you've done that were caught with the red afterwards. Oh, I do apologise. But so far, that is what we've got. Now, you might not be able to see that very well in the camera, and I do apologise, but I will take pictures at the end, and hopefully it will show it all up. Now, there's one last stage. You'll have to excuse me sounding all far and distant if I am, because I'm just going into my paint box, which is, you get a metallic colour, of course, the oldie favourite of bulk gun metal. Once again, I'm sure they've changed the name now. No idea what to, and to be honest, I'm not really interested. A metallic colour, and then just a few scratches and splodges here and there. Now, this is the rust effect that I've done for a long time. I must admit, originally I think I saw it off of mini wargaming. on their YouTube page, and I kept to it. I do the same effect when it comes to rust for every other thing. For instance, I have done the same effect to give Commissar Yarrick his rusty orc claw. I've done the same with my burner boys to give their tanks a nice rusted look, and I'll be doing the same on sections of other buildings. But pretty much that's it. Now, just excuse me, I'm just going to pick up my Yara because I've got them as well. As you can see, I've done mine in the same colours as I've done the rest of my Imperial Guard, based on a Space Wolf Greys sort of colour. And now I'm just giving Yarrick's claw a quick dry brushing as well. If you can see that. Let me just turn this light a bit more. Now hopefully. Come on, focus. Anyway, I'll put some pictures up. But there we go. And there, done very, very quickly, is a nice little orc shelter. Perfect for being used for things like blood axes or storm boys, as it looks very much military